YouTube. We finally have a roadmap for 2XKO in 2026. One of the criticisms for this game is people just didn't know which direction the game was going. You know, a few months ago, the game we thought might be dead, right? Because they laid off half the staff. It went down from 160 people to 80 people. People were dooming. People actually just found out the game came out when they released half the staff, right? There's still the article made by the High Guard developers that said dead games like Concord, High Guard, and 2XKO. That one still gets me. But 2XKO is looking more alive than ever, or at least better than it's looked this year. We just got Akali released literally a day ago. She's great. She's sick. She's a little like more lame than I thought she would be because she's more of like a runaway champ. That's her strength as opposed to like really quick aggression and mobility. But that's fine. A lot of people like that kind of playstyle, and some people have been really glazing this character. She's legitimately fun. We have Senna. Senna's been announced already. Senna's probably coming. I'm guessing if you're doing 6 characters a month, Senna's probably coming in 2 months, right? Which would put her around June 2026. We also know the Battle Pass. Shout out to Nin, the prophet of 2XKO. The Battle Pass is supposed to, Season 2 is supposed to be in May. So maybe Senna's actually coming in May 2026, along with the rest of the Battle Pass. So they did mention the local duos. I believe local duos is actually a thing. I actually played against a local duo already, which is kind of funny. I played against it literally day one. Apparently it works great. And the Spirit Blossom stuff's coming, I believe, in a week. And season 2 is gonna have the new fuse, which we don't actually know what the new fuse is. It could be anything. I've suggested new fuses to Riot before in the past. For example, like a parry fuse that makes parry way better. A fuse, so it's like a more defensive fuse. There's fuses you could do like, I don't know, lifesteal fuse. People are thinking this is like a lifesteal or like rebirth fuse because the background's red. I don't know, man. The fan fiction stories are crazy. Don't ask me. But yeah, it could literally be anything. And I think this is the kind of content the game needs. I really think what this game is missing, what 2XKO is missing, is not enough champs and not enough features. And this is directly addressing both of those, right? With stuff like new fuses, the duo finder they talk about right here. The idea in the duo finder is like I can just hit Q up and I can find the duo. That's gonna be so sick for content, especially if I can like actually voice chat to them. Like imagine like I'm just queuing up with some random person in ranked and we're just like talking to shit and then we really vibe and then we become friends from playing fucking duos and 2XKO. Like, isn't that not like one of the sickest things ever? And even just like maybe there's like a duo ladder board where you have to find people. There's so many ways to like different ways to play this game. And I'm really glad they're trying to take advantage of that with this duo finder. It just depends on the execution, right? But there's a lot of cool stuff they can do. But yeah, the big news here is there's 6 champs. Before there was supposed to be 5 champs in 2XKO. Now there's 6 for 2026. And of course, we got like summer events, new stages, new skins. Everything else down here, I think we knew before, right? There's 5 majors for 2XKO this year. EVO Japan being the next one in May. And then EVO major, like, EVO Japan is the end of April. And then EVO is the end of June. EVO France is the beginning of October. Battle Coliseum, I believe, sometime in November. So it's actually pretty well spread out. And each of these tournaments has 50 grand at least in them, on top of like the prize pools and like the Evo editions and that sort of thing. And of course, there's like the bells and whistles you can kind of see here. I'm a little in the way. I'll get out of the way, but more skins, of course. I mean, this is shit people knew. More battle passes, more battle adjustments, more features, more challenger events. More community stuff, which the community stuff is really cool. Apparently, if I go to my local next week, they're going to have Chipotle cards, courtesy of 2XKO. That's sick. I won my local last time, so maybe I'll get like 20 Chipotle cards or something like that. That sounds pretty dope. I do like Chipotle. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, this is a really promising feature to 2XKO. The fact that we have 6 champs plus more details to be announced. I think 2XKO is realizing like, hey, we need to hit this shit hard. We need to hit this shit fast. and we really need to start building momentum. And I think this is the first time that I'm getting from 2XQ, besides like the patches that have been universally liked this last patch. Seems pretty promising, right? And you can see the sentiment from the community is pretty positive, right? With everybody like talking about the patch, you know, some people don't like the prices, whatever. Just don't buy the shit. I don't really get it. Yeah, the fact that they're, yeah, see, even like the fans, you can tell like people really want this game to succeed. My man Jay is like, Riot, this is excellent news. So why is it only relegated to a Twitter post? That's true. Not everyone's on Twitter, right? They have a YouTube. They have some other stuff. I think this is pretty big news, and the fact that it just kind of got posted on Twitter is kind of a little crazy. But yeah, everyone's generally pretty hype. Generally, I'm confused about the layouts, but they're adding more champs. See, I don't really get it either. My guess is most of the work has been already done, and they're kind of accelerating the cycle a little bit, just for that little bit of emphasis, right? Yeah, the grass touchers are in the dark. Oh, bro, that Caitlyn skin. I think this is the break. Riot's gonna make all their money back in the summer. I think Riot's gonna make all the money back in the summer. But yeah, generally people reacted pretty positive, and yeah, I agree with this guy. Finally, a way to find duos. Really love Akali. Yeah, generally glaze. I've never seen this much glaze in a Twitter comment section for 2XO. You know, I actually just recently made the State of Fighting Games of 2026 on my main YouTube channel. And I feel like 95% of the comments were really positive on this video. People saying like, hey, it's really well edited. Like I did good cadence. Like my takes are pretty well, except when it came to 2XKO. Everyone's like, oh, you're fucking 2XKO glazer. Skip the 2XKO section. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, I can't help that I like the game, man. Our fighters were upset with my placement. Oh, God. Bro, I didn't even put in S tier. I just put in potential S tier, man. I like the game. I mean, okay, to be fair, I probably should have rated a little bit lower, because like if we're gonna include like subjectively like gameplay and stuff, I probably should give it like a 4 in gameplay, because the there's only like 13 champs, right, at this point. But hey, you know, like I like me some 2XKO. But yeah, I mean, like, it's very obvious they're trying really, really hard to make this game successful. And I guess that's where I was getting with my potential S, is like, hey, this game in like a year or two could actually be quite good. But they have some strong competition with Guilty Gear and that sort of thing. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video. All right, like, share, subscribe. Take care, and have a good one, boys. All right, we just hit 8 minutes.